For decades, the Chicago Bears were the punchline, the franchise that couldn't get out of its own way. The team where quarterbacks went to die and hope went to disappear. A revolving door of coaches, a graveyard of draft picks, and a fan base that somehow kept showing up despite knowing how the story would end. But something's different now. Something's changed. Because in 2025, the Chicago Bears aren't just winning games. They're dominating one of the toughest divisions in football. They're sitting at 11-4, first place in the NFC North, with a playoff berth already secured. They're making opponents look foolish and turning Soldier Field back into a house of horrors for visiting teams. This isn't a fluke. This isn't luck. This is the result of calculated moves, brilliant coaching, and a second-year quarterback who's beginning to look like everything they hoped he'd be. The NFL isn't laughing at the Bears anymore. They're scared of them, and they should be. But then Poles made the move that changed everything. He landed Ben Johnson. Johnson wasn't just any hot coaching candidate, he was the coaching candidate. The mastermind behind Detroit's offensive juggernaut, the coordinator every team with a vacancy was desperate to hire. Johnson had multiple offers, multiple opportunities. He chose Chicago for one reason: Caleb Williams. When Johnson was introduced, he made his intentions crystal clear. This wasn't going to be a copy-paste job of the Lions' offense. This was going to be built from the ground up with Williams at the center of everything. We're ripping this thing down to the studs, and we're going to build it up with him first and foremost, Johnson said at his introductory press conference. Fast forward to 2025. Williams has thrown for 3,400 yards and 23 touchdowns through 15 games. More importantly, he's only thrown 6 interceptions all season. That's the kind of ball security that wins championships. But the stats only tell part of the story. Then there was the absolute madness against Cincinnati. The Bears appeared to have the game locked up at 41-27 with under 5 minutes left. The Bengals scored, recovered an onside kick, and took the lead with 49 seconds remaining. Most young quarterbacks would have folded. Williams? He dropped a dime to Colston Loveland for a 58-yard touchdown with 17 seconds left to steal the victory. That's not just talent. That's clutch. That's the kind of quarterback play that terrifies defensive coordinators. Williams now is tied with Peyton Manning for the most comeback wins by a player under 25 years old. At 23 years old, he's already rewriting Bears record books and establishing himself as a legitimate franchise quarterback. That's growth. That's learning from failure. That's what separates good teams from great ones. The Bears have already clinched their first winning season since 2018 and their first double-digit win season in that same span.